Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to show you something that you don't really get to see every day. This is probably a fluke, but I'm still super excited to have seen it. Okay, so this is my Rhyncholaelia digbyana, and I have it mounted on this big piece of cork just right by the window. And so far, I think it's been liking it. So this pseudobulb bloomed about exactly 20 days ago, and it's on its way out. I guess the big thing about having a giant, more bigger mount, heavier mount just sort of fixed here is that it's really hard for me to get close and interact with the flower when it's so not easy to access. But that one is on its way out. But I really want to show you is this one actually came from this pseudobulb, and if you go all the way up, this is one sheath, and it has two flowers in it. As we all know, Rhyncholaelias, like both glauca and digbyana, usually almost always only have one flower per spike. So I don't know why this is happening. And also the flower didn't get as long, I guess, in this case, and I don't even get to see where it branched inside this sheath. Where is it? Inside this sheath. But still, it's pretty cool. I have two, or right now I guess three. These two just opened a couple days ago, so it smells amazing right now. And just a whole shot of these beautiful, beautiful greenish white flowers. Okay, and just, I guess since we're filming a video, just a couple of updates of blooms that's happening right now, or buds more specifically. Let me cover the camera for a second before you get nauseated. Okay, so I have a lot of Brassavola flowering right now. These were bought as Brassavola subulifolia, but they don't have as many flowers per spike, but the flowers definitely are small. So it's not a nodosa, and you see the constricted part behind the lip, so it's probably a subulifolia, just not that floriferous. But in any case, that one's blooming. It's great, and I have my Brassavola previous. I bought this as perenniae, but now I feel like it's more tuberculata. I was reading one of the older papers on the taxonomy key. It was saying that if the flower spike is not that much, it's almost the same length as the leaves, then it's tuberculata. Otherwise, if it's much shorter, it's perenniae. So as we can see in this plant, here are the flowers. This is, where is the leaf? Yeah, like it's pretty much the same length. So that led me to believe this is more tuberculata. And it also the smell is different because I recently got a perenniae, or I believe this is more likely to be perenniae. So I have a lot of them on the same mount. But if I find the leaf that previously bloomed here, like this is the leaf, this is where the spike ended, and this was a seedling-ish, so this is probably the first or second bloom. It didn't have as many flowers, but you see the leaf is much longer. So I feel like this might be a perenniae instead. And this perenniae smelled very different from this. So that's another piece of evidence that led me to believe this is probably a tuberculata instead of a perenniae. But in any case, that's blooming for months now. Just the flowers themselves, each individuals, last a really long time, and they just keep putting out more spikes. So great plant. And in the back, as we can see, this is a cucullata or appendiculata. This is, again, I believe, the first flower on a seedling. I bought earlier in the year at an orchid show. The leaf is really short, like it's like this long. But it's put out a spike. This is not the perfect shape, as you can see, but still super excited to see it because I grew cucullata because of the smell, not because of the flower's color or shape. As you can also see, this is probably on the redder side instead of the orange or just white side of it. And of course, a nodosa, just a classic. I recently was finally able to find some masmahor, if that's how you pronounce it. And this specific cultivar, I don't know why I like this cultivar so much, to be honest, but probably because it was a little bit more elusive than some of the other cultivars to find. And the other really famous one that's hard to find, I think, is Susan Fuchs. But in any case, This one's been blooming, and the flowers are, if you compare, much bigger compared with the size of my hand, for example, to say the subalwifolia. That is much on the smaller side. That's also one of the keys that old paper used to distinguish between the subalwifolia and the brassivola. And moving back here, just more little spikes about to happen. So that's on the Calea lions, mostly just Rhyncholaelia and brassivolas. And also, this is, my season's probably a bit later than it should be, but I have a couple of Catasetinae that's in bloom. So first, to start off, this is my Catasetinae Surreoides. Let me find the tag, Surreoides. I got it from Sunset Valley Orchid earlier this year, and this is its second spike. It's the same plant that I had a video of last a couple weeks ago. I don't remember. But what I've noticed is that those flowers open very, very slowly. Like, you see, this is a lip, and those petals are already open, but the flower obviously isn't open. So that's interesting. And as usual, Catasetum, that genus, not all the Catasetinae, but Catasetum flowers don't tend to last forever, especially the male ones. So those will probably just be out in a week once it fully opens. And another Catasetum I was really excited to see, let me cover it for you again, is this Catasetum ivaniae. This is a really cool species that only recently became available in the States, recently as in the past few years, from what I read online. It has those really nicely, closely tiled or shingled, however you want to use the word, flowers, and I believe this is more on the darker maroon purple side of it, so I'm super excited for it when it opens. The flower spike is extremely droopy, and one thing I found really interesting is that you see the pseudobulb is kind of in the center of this pot, but the flower spike was sort of flat, and then as soon as it nosed, it can drip down. It started bending downward, and it's really rigid actually. But that's interesting, you know, how does the spike know when it's time to grow downward? And another Catasetinae, or Cloecia, I should say, that's putting out a lot of spikes is my Rebecca Northern. Is it Northern or Northern? I think it's Northern. There's only one R, it's not Southern Northern. But in any case, this is grapefruit pink. This is extremely, I think it did pretty well this year for me. I was really excited and surprised, honestly. So each of those old pseudobulb put out 2 new spikes, and these are the most advanced spike. But even this pseudobulb, that's just as, like, pretty much as thick as my thumb, is just putting out a spike right down there, and another one down there. I don't know if you can really see it. Whoops, like down there. And more spikes, like there's another one, there's another one in there, and in the back there's also, and this spike it counted, it had like 12. Wait, let me count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spike flowers, so that's also pretty well doing, I think, because you know the bloom lasts forever and they're really fragrant, and they don't like grow like 40 flowers like some, like the summer blooming Catasetums, summer blooming Cloecias, but those flowers are so cute and great smelling. I'm super excited for it, and of course you can see it's pretty much all dormant, other than those 2 leaves. Anything else? Let me think. Nope, I think that's it. So just one last look at this wonderful, wonderful Rhyncholaelia digbyana that gives me 2 flowers. I love it. It's amazing. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and for you guys who are in the States, next week is Thanksgiving, so have a great Thanksgiving season, and hope you get to stay warm and safe and have a lot of fun. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.